All right, everybody, welcome back and congratulations on registering for that event. You guys are going to absolutely love it. And what I want to do now is set you up mentally for what we're about to do. I want to walk you guys through some of the basics of email marketing and understanding what to send and how to send and when to send what. The very first thing that I want you guys to understand is email marketing is actually very, very simple. It really comes down to whatever somebody expects of you, give them that. That's the best advice that I can ever give anybody when it comes to email marketing, and that is if somebody's on your Shopify store and they opt into your list to get a coupon, then don't feel the need to send them content in order to keep them happy. What you gotta do is send them other products. And so in light of that, what I actually wanted to focus on in this video is the idea that I use behind my 60-day follow-up series that does a lot of different things, and also not only does it build my brand or my customers' brands, it actually helps me increase sales as well without having to do so in a very direct manner, which is pretty great. But different email lists require different relationships, right? So if I'm an e-commerce store, the customer knows me as my brand. So I would mail as my brand and I would do the things that you would expect from a brand. If you opt in for Best Buy's newsletter, and Best Buy sends you an article that says how to install your own fridge, or how to fix a roof, you might be like, why are they sending me this? What you expect from Best Buy is, here's your refrigerator, or here's your stereo system. So that's what I want you guys to keep in mind is e-commerce, stick to your brand. If you are an influencer, or if you're somebody if you're somebody like me who promotes to your list and people have expectations of you to be personal, then be personal. It's very individual as to what your list is. I have a list in the pug niche and I mail from the pug name and I show other pug stuff. They expect only content, so I mostly give them content, but you can monetize content all day long. So I wanted to show you guys this really cool series that I use almost every single time, 100% of the time, when I am actually setting up buyer funnels or just normal opt-in funnels. I want to show you guys what we automate and what we put people through. And I want to remind you that on March 17th, we're actually going to give you the capability to do this without having to set it up on your own. We're actually going to give you 1,000 email credits, so you can actually send I think it's something like 10,000 emails before you pay anything to use the system, which is phenomenal. And everybody else charges a monthly fee. You're going to be able to do it without the monthly fee, which is pretty great. You'll get the credits for this. So on top of getting the credits, you're also going to get my straight up follow-up series. So you're going to get every email that I send. It's going to be delayed the amount of time that I delay it. You're going to get all the triggers, all the tags, everything that I do. We're just going to move it from my account over to yours, which is cool. And you can use it for your clients. So I just wanted to quickly describe what we do. So once somebody opts in, and we're just going to go ahead and put a big play button, right? That starts the beginning of our funnel. And hopefully you guys will actually be able to see that. I don't have my black markers, only blue. But this starts our funnel, right? This is the beginning of somebody actually getting into our funnel, regardless of where they're coming from. So if they're coming from a webinar funnel or a Shopify store, or they're a buyer or just a subscriber, it doesn't matter. Number one thing that we have to do, and this right here is worth thousands to those of you guys who use it, is we have to send a welcome email, right? This first email that we send them is our indoctrination email, and I want to write out a little bit about what we actually do and what we intend to do with this indoctrination. So I'm actually going to go on this side. Hopefully you guys can still see me. This indoctrination email, we want them to get to know us. So I'm actually going to put right here, first thing is multiple touch points. Multiple touch points. And what that means is I want to now tell them where they can find me on Instagram, where they can find me on Facebook, where they can go check us out on Twitter. Multiple touch points. So the first email is, hey, how are you? Thanks so much for whatever it was that they did. Did they opt in? Did they buy? Whatever. Welcome to our program. We're going to let them know in this first email, and I'll go ahead and write it right here. Indoctrination. Right? Indoctrination. You guys might not be able to see it. Too bad. You got to come up on March 17th, and we'll show you guys this again. But number one email is indoctrination, right? And we'll kind of, I'll see if I can't get this marker to actually work a little. Okay. Our indoctrination email. First thing starts with multiple touch points. Where can they find us? What can they look for elsewhere? Where can they go see other stuff that we do? Where else are we in the world? The number one thing that I use this for is go follow me on Facebook, right? Following me on Facebook grows my audience, and it's an opportunity to continuously build what we would also call our feeding traffic triangle. So, you have email, you have social, and you have any other form of marketing, so call it actual biz, right? So this is your actual business. I want email to grow my social. I want social to grow my email. I want my social to then grow my business to also grow my social, my business to grow my email, and my email to grow my business. If you're constantly feeding all three of these together and using one to feed the next, you're going to get more out of it. I think the assumption is that when somebody buys a product from your Shopify store that somehow they're now following your Facebook page, which most of the time isn't true. So keep that in mind regardless of what business you're doing. So we've got multiple touch points. Number one thing that I want to do, this is first, is I want to thank them, because even if they just opted in and gave us their email address, it doesn't matter. That's worth thanking somebody for, because now we've got their email address. So I know I keep switching, but you'll be all right. You want to thank them for their subscription. We've got multiple touch points on here, and then we're going to tell them what's coming, right? So you might do like, I'm going to call it frequency and expectation. And so what frequency and expectation means, there's two different dots. Frequency means you can tell them, hey, this is our weekly newsletter. This is our bi-weekly newsletter. You're going to set the tone for how often you want to email them. If you want to email them daily, just say it's a newsletter. You don't necessarily have to say it's going to be daily, but a lot of people wonder all the time, like, hey, what happens if I email too frequently? Are they then going to unsubscribe? Am I going to piss people off? Don't worry about unsubscribes. I love unsubscribes. It means I don't pay to show them my stuff that they don't want anyways, right? If you're going to pay 10 cents every email that you send out, I'd rather only send it to the people who really want to hear from me. And I'll give you another example. I sent an email out the other day giving people an invitation to a free training event that I was having that had nothing to buy, nothing to sell, just straight training that I do every single week. And I had 200 people from my 65,000 person list unsubscribe. That's 200 people who were letting me know they're not interested. And I said, goodbye, see ya, don't need ya. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. So frequency, how often am I going to be mailing from you? Or how often are they going to be hearing from us? If it's a Shopify store, probably a weekly newsletter of some kind. Expectation, what they should expect from your emails. Hey, I'll be sending you a bi-weekly email, or I'll be sending, thanks for joining my newsletter. We've added you to my newsletter where I'll be sharing helpful tips and tricks on how to blah, blah, blah. That's why if you're Best Buy, you're not going to send somebody, how to build a roof article, because it's not part of the expectation. What's great here is, though, we have now set the tone for them to stay on our list. If they don't want this stuff, let them unsubscribe. Because now, automatically, on a delay, we're going to send them another email after X amount of time. This could be day 2, this could be day 3, day 4, day 5, whatever. I like doing, so this is our initial day 1. Day 1. I like doing a day 3 to 8 series, which could be multiple emails, right? So just trickling it out. This could be multiple different sends in this one big chunk, right? So it's representative of a 3 to 8 day window. We're going to reintroduce them to our product. We're going to ask, if they purchased, we want to show them something different that they can get in the meantime that's complementary to whatever it was they bought. Or most of the time, if they bought something from your store, most of your items are complementary. So, somebody buys a cat necklace, send them, a link to cat earrings. Now we're making more money, and that money is free. And this is the important part I want you guys to realize. From this moment right here, everything that happens, all the buying that happens, all the new potential that we just got, all of that costs us nothing aside from the email marketing platform that we're using, which again, come March 17th, you're going to get 1,000 credits, so you don't even have to pay for the emails that you're sending here, which is just freaking nuts. Now, after the 3 to 8 day cycle, I might let them sit kind of quietly until day 14, and I'm going to put day 12 to 20. And now this is representative of when they should have my product. If you're in the digital marketing space and you're delivering a digital good like I do, you would do this series here. So these are interchangeable in a sense. These are going to be interchangeable. Where if I'm doing digital delivery, I want my day 12 to 20 to be over here. I want to ask them, what did you think of our product? I want to remind them that they got our stuff. I want to talk to them more about what goes together with what and how this works. So if you're in the best way to always give this example is to talk about how I use this with the e-commerce niche, because I do it for a lot of different clients. And so what we do is this: day 3 to 8, we kind of remind them that their product is coming. We remind them that they've got something and that it's only a couple of days away until we actually deliver their product, which is really cool. Here's what you can think about. Here's what you should know, right? That's pretty fun. And then day 12 to 20, what we do is we now start a whole new marketing cycle where our goal is to tell them to reach out to us about what they thought about their product. So for one person's product, I say, go on Instagram and use this hashtag and tag us in your picture and blah, blah, blah. Now we're building our business on Instagram, right? So that's day 14, 15, 16, whatever. I know they get this one particular product in about 12 days. So on day 13, 14, I'm like, hey, now that you've got your product, we'd love to hear a review. And just by simply asking for the testimonial or asking for the share on Instagram, the evolution of that is so high where now if we get a share on Instagram, that one subscriber who watches us on Instagram now turns into 7 because their friends are now going to come follow us as well. One of them might buy the next time we post. Same thing works for Facebook. Same thing works for every other social network. So now we're using email to grow our social, right? Using email to grow our social for like 14 to 18. We're also going to be introducing new products here. Now that you've got our first product and we can say we've officially delivered the thing that you paid for, awesome, awesome. Now what we want to do is introduce them to some other stuff, which this is the fun part, right? So in this email, we are going to reaffirm what they already got. Reaffirm. That's what they already got, right? Hey, thanks for, whatever it was that you purchased, you have it now. What do you think? If you like it, tag us on Instagram, tag us on Facebook, share it with your friends, blah, 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 blah. Film a testimonial video for us, because now guess what? One person fills out a testimonial video on day 14. You can then take that video, put it on your sales page, and now your conversion is going to go up on your sales page, right? Because now you have proof that your product is cool. That's one really cool piece. Social proof, huge, huge. You guys know that. We're reaffirming their purchase and then also offering new items. It's important that we offer new items because now they've already got their first one. Let's get them some more stuff. And so we're going to do that for like 12 to 20, maybe 8 days, not every single day if we don't want to. But remember, the whole time, all of this is under a veil of the fact that we can send an email any day we want, right? So like if somebody opts in today and then somebody else opts in tomorrow and somebody else opts in the next day, if I send an email today, or if I send an email in 4 days from now, they're all going to get this new email, but they're also going to be in different areas of this funnel here. So they might get 2 emails from us in some days, but that's okay. That's totally okay. Because if they don't want the email, they'll delete it or they'll unsubscribe, in which case, again, totally okay. We don't mind having that happen. So this all happens behind the scenes. You set it up once and everybody who subscribes goes through this similar funnel. Now, what's great is now we can actually go out to my favorite emails, my 2 favorite emails. And you know what? I'm not going to share those on those videos. March 17th, you got to be here for my 2 favorite emails, the ones that I know are responsible for a ton of money, bringing people back into my funnel, getting them happy, making them buy new stuff. I'll share that with you guys March 17th at 7 p.m. For now, that's it. You guys can see here the potential of this is huge. Just this right here could double whatever it is that you're making on your ads. So just to put it very, very simply, I want you guys to think about this. No matter what you're doing, you're trying to grow your business, right? So you're spending money on ads, you're trying to generate revenue, you're trying to get the ball rolling, and I just want to explain how this goes. If you are marketing your business and you're getting a 1-to-1 ROI, right? 1-to-1 ROI, and you spend, let's say you spend $1,000, right? You then make $1,000. But even at a 1-to-1 ROI, if you have an email list of now 50 people who bought to make you this $1,000, now you've got more revenue through email, right? Now the email channel brings it to 3 to 1 plus, right? Now, all of a sudden, we're at 3 to 1 ROI just off sending emails. We've tripled our results, doubled or tripled our results just from being able to send emails to our buyers. And the nice thing is, this 3 to 1 never stops. It never stops growing. It will always go up, up, and up. So if you send an email, this is, let's say all of this right here happens in March, right? But you send this email here that makes, you know, $200, and you send this in July, your ROI goes up, right? Because you have these leads all the way back here in March, but this email was the one that triggered them to buy. The nice thing is nobody can take that away from you guys. That's the one thing that you cannot replace, you cannot duplicate, you cannot subtract from your business is an email marketing list. And so on March 17th, we're gonna take the doors off. We're gonna show you guys how you can generate leads, how you can set these structures up, how you can get to 8 to 1 ROI, which I mentioned in the last video. And so make sure that you guys set a reminder, March 17th, 6:45 p.m., because at 7, we're closing the doors. I'm giving out way too much stuff to have people coming on at 7:20, 7:30, because you need to know and learn all of this. And I'm super, super excited to see you guys there. March 17th, set a reminder, 6:45. I'll see you there.